So the question becomes, whose fault is it, guys? Whose fault is it? I told you all, I'm no longer playing this game. I'm no longer finna be bullshitting with my people in terms of how we are, how we let stuff go, how we're unwilling to chastise our own, and the whole 9 yards. Excuse me, guys. I'm just getting comfortable. This was a shitty, lazy weekend. Look, I was supposed to work on my car. Damn near pulled a muscle yesterday. Came pretty close to pulling the muscle. And it was like, oh. I mean, no, not yesterday, Friday. Because I don't work the weekends. And all weekend I ain't been doing shit. I was supposed to put a sway bar link on my car. I was like, nope. And I can go out there now and do it. But I was like, nope, I ain't even do that shit. I'm finna sit my ass in here and chill. So y'all gotta forgive me. I ain't been doing nothing this weekend. But we gotta have this conversation, guys, because it's long overdue. Whose fault is it? Let's talk about it, guys. Whose fault is it that we in the situation that we in? All right, and I'm over here chilling, so I'm gonna try to keep certain things to a minimum. I'm gonna try to work on the profanity, which y'all know how I am. But I want to really have a serious conversation with you guys, man. Now, this conversation is not going to be for everybody. Somebody is not going to like this conversation. Somebody's probably going to cut it off by now at the 1 minute and 45 second mark. But I don't care because it needs to be talked about. Whose fault is it, man? Let's talk about, for example, the stealing of our heritage by other people. Let's say like these Latinos or some or Hispanics. Let's just use them for an example, right? And the disrespect that comes with it. Whose fault is it, man? Is it really the Latino people's fault? Especially when you intermix and you breed more of them, right? I'm just saying, if it's not our fault, whose fault is it? You're still talking about this, oh man, I can love whoever I want to love and this, that, and the other, and then don't realize you get with another person and create a creature. Yep, I said it. People who I was gonna say bisexual, my fault. So-called biracial and all, man, y'all take that shit however y'all want. Because a lot of time that creature shit, it don't be from the way you look. It be from what's in here. On the outside, you may look like a normal person. You know, you may look like a byproduct of this person and a byproduct of this person, which are the two people that got together and created you. You know, but on the outside, you may look natural. But on the inside, you're a creature. Yeah, I said it. Y'all motherfuckers going around creating more of these fucking creatures. Just because he don't look like a fucking monster don't mean that he or she is not. And this is the shit like how I said. People talk about interracial dating or this, that, and the other. Or they'll talk, some people even touch on not doing it and this, that, and the other. But they don't want to talk about why. It's just like how we was talking about, all different, you got different species of ants and they all stay within their group. You got all different types of species of birds and they all stay within their group. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is common knowledge. I don't need to go to school for this, guys. And neither do you. This is common knowledge to understand. Well, yeah, people more than likely will be the same way. It would make sense that they are. Which is why you've never seen a liger in the wild. Only ligers you've seen is pretty much in captivity for what we all know of. They all in captivity. You ain't never seen no liger in the wild. Because tigers and lions don't cross track. They don't even. Here it is, they both cats. Again, going back to my point. It's only natural that it would be the same thing with people. It'll only be natural. Here it is, you got two different species of cats. They're both cats, but they're different. And the only way you can get them together to procreate, you got to practically force them to do it. Because outside of that, it's not. Guys, do you not understand what I'm saying? I don't want to make this video too long because I don't want y'all just sitting here looking at me for 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to touch on a couple of things really quick if for the people who watch to the end, if you don't mind. Yeah, we get disrespect from Latinos and Hispanics and all this other shit, but we already know that that's another misnomer. We already know that calling yourself Latino and Hispanic is some more made up as conjured up bullshit. It ain't nothing more than some bad juju, like all the rest of it. We already know that. You got people on social media talking about it. They've posted things about it. They went into different books and all these other different things to show you that, you know, that's what that is. Okay, so we know that, right? Can we move on? We know the earth is flat and it has a top on it and that, you know, you can't get out of it and all that. We know that. Can we move on? We know that we are indigenous to this land. Can we move on? Now you got people on the internet talking about there's a way out of this and we're around the ice wall and all this other stuff. And yes, it makes sense when they talk about the Bermuda Triangle, and it makes sense when it comes down to the airline flight paths that they take, where they don't go in a straight line to get you to where you're going because it would take you a lot less time to get there. That's why they zigzag and have delays and all this other stuff. So people talking about being surrounded by an ice wall and there's a way out and all this other stuff, it's like, okay, I can kind of understand where they're going with that. But at the end of the day, ain't nobody making no real moves. Ain't nobody really talking about anything beyond, oh yeah, there's a way out of here. And nothing else. Nobody. And at the end of the day, what I am saying is this. If we can't get past who's responsible for this, then how do we get to solutions and answers? That's the reason for why I keep asking, well, if it's not all our fault, listen to me, guys. If it's not all, is that a fuzzy? Yeah, it is a little fuzzy. I was going to say, damn, I got gray stubbles, but not that many. Yeah, it was fuzzy. But anyway, if it's not all our fault, 100% our fault, then whose fault is it? Why do y'all keep hearing me say that? Because there's too many people on social media where this should be all that they're talking about. We shouldn't be talking about, yeah, we've been here for 150,000 years and da, 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 da. We should be talking about what are we going to do to systematically eliminate the negativity within our people. We'll just say culture, right? See, now everybody understands this. Everybody want to talk this woke sleep BS, right? Within our culture. You know, the same one that they say they done hijacked and all this other crap. You know, the distractions that people keep. In other words, what I'm saying to you, 85 to 95% of the people on social media, everything they put out is a distraction. Can we have a conversation about how we're going to systematically eradicate and eliminate the traitors, the infiltrators, the negativity, the pedophiles, the perverts, the traitors, and so on within our culture? I am saying it as plain as I possibly can. If you're not talking about this and this only, then you're suspicious to me. I'm speaking to the Aboriginal community right now. Sorry, pale-skinned people. Sorry, Latinos and all this other shit. Sorry about y'all. It ain't y'all fucking job, nor is it your responsibility to come in and clean up our mess. So fuck y'all. We're not talking about y'all. I don't give a fuck that you married to a white woman, and I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear it. It's time that our people, because see, that's part of the problem. If you weren't too busy fucking with that white chick, or if you weren't too busy fucking with that Latino man, we could have worked on this a long time ago. So again, I don't want to hear it. Because the people that are primarily in interracial relationships, they've done everything other than what they were supposed to have done with their people, and this is why they're in an interracial relationship. Now, I said it. Because you was too busy doing other stuff other than what you was really supposed to have been doing, which is checking your brothers and sisters who are doing wrong, persecuting them and prosecuting them and putting them in prison for the things that they were doing that was wrong. But what did you do? You turned a blind eye to R. Kelly. Even when they did the Boondock Saint TV show with the little boy in the courtroom, even after all that, that shit was spot on. Everything the little boy said in the courtroom was spot on. And even after all of that, even after the videos and all this other shit, y'all kept going to his fucking concerts. And let me calm down. Calm down. I said I wasn't going to do that. Because y'all know I ain't lying. I don't give a shit how old you are, what you look like, what you capable of, what training you got. You niggas know I'm not lying. So I'm not going to get upset. Not on this video. I'm tired of getting upset. And that's a natural thing. There's nothing wrong with your emotions being the way they are if they're controlled. They'll say anger is an emotion, and you fucking right it is. And it's a natural one too. There's nothing wrong with anger. Nothing. That's the most sociology, psychology, psychiatric. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Nonsense. That Marxist subversion nonsense. They try to emasculate anger out of the men and the women. They don't even want women to be pissed off about what they doing to their children. Y'all know I ain't lying. If it's not all our fault, 100%, then 10,000%, then whose fault is it? Huh? Shout out to the brothers and sisters that support me, that be in the chat or whatever. Y'all leave a comment. Y'all share the videos and stuff. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have to. And I know it. But I appreciate it. Especially for the ones who make it to the end of the video. You know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all, I reckon the percentage of people that make it to the end of the video is small. But I also know I'm not stupid that some people do make it to the end. And shout out to y'all, man. Much respect. Because y'all know I'm not lying. This is the reason why people won't collab with me. Because once they get a taste of me being like this, it's like, nope. Then you got to understand, right? You got people that's on social media, whether if it's TikTok or whatever, they want to be in control. They'll talk about coming together and us doing it together and this, that, and the other. But in reality, man, they want to be in control. I've seen this on many occasions, man. I'm going to say this. Listen, I have attempted to try to link up with many people, man. You understand? I've been doing this shit like 7 years now, 8 years now. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Yeah, my son 21. Yeah, about 8 years. Probably 8 years this month. Yeah. Because that's when this whole thing happened to me with them taking them from me. It's like 8 years ago. And from 8 years up until now, I tried to link up with all kind of people. And I'm telling you here and now, number one, motherfuckers want to be in control. They'll say whatever they want to say about linking up and doing it together, but the truth is they want to be in control. And the other part of the motherfuckers are, they really deep down inside don't care until it happens to them or to somebody else that they care about. And I learned that when they took my son from me. I thought I ought to have more support from women, and I didn't. And that's what taught me that. That was a hard lesson to learn, but I learned it. Women really don't give a fuck about what I went through. But they do if it happened to them or to somebody else that they know or care about. You know, the shit I went through with Child Protective Service with my son. I thought I would have had more support from women. But I didn't. Okay? It's a lot of shit in my life. My experiences, the things I've learned, what I've been through, where I've been, who I've talked to, and how I've dealt with things. It gave me the conclusion that you all get from me. Do it mean I'm right about every fucking thing? No, but one thing it do tell you is that nigga willing to talk about everything. I'm willing to cover everything that I humanly possibly can, and I'm willing to stick to the most important task, which right now in this case is these niggas. Now, for the people who want to keep making these bullshit ass videos about discharging debt and not really like what I be like when you be hearing me talk about the discharge of debt thing, right? What pissed me off about that community is that they not driving fraud. And you got niggas that look just like me, and they know it's. If you've been studying that discharging debt shit for any considerable amount of time, like I have, right? Then you know motherfucker well this shit is fraud. All of it. But you got people that look just like me that's pushing that narrative of this is what you got to do and da-da-da-da. You got to sign your name this way and that way and blah, blah, blah. They still having wars on the internet about what color pen you supposed to use. That's when I was done with that shit. I was done. You mean to tell me y'all still on the internet fighting about what color pen you supposed to sign your... It's irritating, man. It's irritating. Especially when you somebody like me, when I can smell it. I can smell these niggas. I'm talking about through my phone. I can feel them. I could take one look at them and tell you, nah, it's something to them. I'm going to just keep watching them. I'm going to keep fucking with my mans or baby girl or whatever. I'm going to keep fucking with her. I'm going to keep watching her videos and shit. But it's something about her. It's something about him. And it never failed me, man. This is the reason for why I remain the way I am. This is why I'm still alive. One of the reasons I'm still alive is because I don't fool people. So I don't have to really worry about people coming out of the woolworths on me. You know what I'm saying? And the other reason for why I don't have to worry about stuff and can continue to be the way that I am is because I see your ass coming a mile away. And I am a master of playing stupid. Don't ever forget that about me, man. Because that's something I don't talk about. And you probably never hear me say it again. But I am a master of playing stupid. If it's not all our fault, people, who is it? They talk all this stuff about we've been here since the inception and this, that, and the other. There was millions of us when the Pale Man came here. They say, oh, it was only blah, and the land was decimated. But no, we had grand cities and there were millions of us and blah, blah, blah. Okay, well then how do we get like this? If it wasn't because of us. Now, I'm not saying that the Pale Man ain't did this, that, and the other and woo-woo and, you know, the stuff that the people that look like us that be talking about discharging debt and stuff. I'm not saying that some of the stuff that they're talking about that the government do ain't real or that's not true. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. What I be asking is how we get like this if it wasn't us. If we had our own stuff, like everybody claimed, well then in the discharging debt community, explain to me how do we get under their rulership? This is how, like I told you, I could get off like history, like with, you know, the Zionists and like Latinos and all that. I could move away from that and I can get on niggers in the discharging debt community. Here it is. Ron DeSantis is trying to push something down in Florida, right? Real quick, because I told you, I ain't been doing the discharging debt stuff, you know, videos in a while. But, you know, I'm still on it, right? And this is for anybody who made it this far in the video. Here it is. Ron DeSantis is supposed to be signing legislation down in Florida right now to where they making gold and silver as like a medium of exchange to do business, right? Now, just because I brought that up, anybody that's been following my channel that's actually learned anything from me when it comes down to this discharging debt already know where I'm going with this next. Okay, well, bruh, if you finna sign some sort of nonsense down in Florida to put gold and silver back on the market in Florida as some sort of medium of exchange to pay a bill or a debt or etc., well, then what happened in 1933 when they took everything away and they literally put in legislation that said if you use anything other than what we put in here, which is fiat currency, it would be deemed illegal and you could be prosecuted. What about that? And see, the brothers and sisters that look like me and you that's in the discharge of debt community, they're not going to touch on that like how they supposed to. Just like the brothers and sisters that's in the Aboriginal community, they not really touching on shit like they supposed to. I don't know of any on either side. I'm going to say that one more time. Whether if you in the history/Aboriginal community or whether if you in the discharge and debt community, I don't know of anybody that's touching on the shit that I'm talking about they driving it. Like they supposed to be. I don't know nobody. Whether if you somebody I subscribe to, whether if I could pick up the phone and call you, or what have you. I don't know nobody that's driving on the topics that they supposed to be. Like, for example, me with these niggas. It's no way that it's not obvious that this is all our fault. And we, right now in 2025, continue to do things that make this all our fault. And nobody's talking about it. You ask for $1, you ask for a donation, but you won't talk about the fact that before we can get into talking about discharging debt, we need to talk about the fact about how we handed all of this over to them to be talking about discharging debt to begin with. I'm going to end it like this. And it was the way I opened it up. If it's not all our fault, then whose is it? You all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Hopefully everything works out for y'all. I don't have no hatred in my heart for anybody, but I'll be damned if I'ma just go along with anything. I love y'all, man, and I'm out.